Okay, thank you, Bitula. Let us turn to page number 59, page 59 of the Blaze of Non-Dual Bodhisattvas, page 59. Page 59. Okay. This is a very short sutra, and just to tell a little bit about this is that I first came to know about this sutra during one of His Holiness's interviews, meaning that there was someone who was writing a book and then was referring to His Holiness for advice, and then His Holiness was citing this sutra oftentimes with respect to the Buddha nature. And this is how I came to get the attention, whole attention of the sutra. And of course, coming to meet the sutra or have the opportunity to meet with the sutra is extremely beneficial, required for us. The idea is that, say, for a bodhisattva, in the Tibetan tradition, we talk about when the person dies, then you have to do transference of consciousness, poa, transfer of consciousness. So this is very common in the Tibetan Ladakhi tradition. Yes, poa. So this is, what do you call it? You call poa. Yes. So poa means to transfer the consciousness, from the dying person to the heaven. Yeah, so this is on the, but what is the reality? Is it really transfer to heaven or where? Your karma decides. Your karma decides where somebody does all the negative things, and then in the end, somebody does this gesture of the ejecting your mind, transferring your mind to the heaven. Then you have the illusion that somebody is ejected, but you are in a different plane. So it is your karma decides. So now, here the Buddha was teaching us how to transfer your consciousness at the time of the dying. But here it's not that, oh, Buddha's exception. No, Buddha teaches us how to see the true nature of your mind. When you see the true nature of the mind, automatically mental defilements are removed. When the mental defilements are removed, then the factors which take us to the lower realms will be stopped. That is the true meaning of transference consciousness. So on the contrary, now we have a very different, this is how, very profound concepts, sometimes they degenerate. Concepts don't degenerate because the people who get these teachings, they don't get it properly. And then their understanding of it is becomes so diluted, and then becomes so like at one point in the other religions, for example, like Christianity, say to confess, you pay money and then the confession is done. It's not only Christianity, many religions. This is how degeneration happens. So therefore, what is the true meaning of the transference consciousness? The Tibetans, the Ladakhs, particularly those of you who have seen this tradition in the community, well, you have to know this so well, and gradually to those people who you can explain things well, you should be able to explain this, but don't let them be confused. And whatever little tradition they're following, and then you say this is wrong, this is not correct, look at this text, this is what Buddha taught, and then they don't get this, they lose what they had, and they don't get what the Buddha actually taught, and then they are somewhere hanging in the middle, suspended in the middle. So we should be very careful. You understand this so well and see gradually, skillfully how you can let other people understand that there's a text here which the Buddha himself taught. Okay, so just let us read this, and this is extremely profound teaching. I would say that if each one of us, we can prepare, we never know when we're going to die. And then the bodhicitta, wisdom, emptiness in the next life, that we continue to have this. We need to transfer consciousness to the appropriate places where the place is frequented by the practice bodhicitta, and so forth. So let's read this slowly to see if you understand something. And since that our whole the class, the resort, the what is that retreat is on in praise of Dharmadhatu, your Buddha nature. So here we see that it's very much like this. Okay, together. The Noble Mahayana Sutra, Wisdom at the Hour of Death. Papa Daka Ishi Shechawa Tebachimbudo. Homage to all Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. Thus did I hear at one time, while the Blessed One here refers, Blessed One here means the Buddha. The Blessed One was residing in the palace of the King of the Gods in the Akanishta realm. He taught the Dharma to the entire assembly. The Bodhisattva Mahasattva Akashagarbha then paid homage to the Blessed One and asked, Blessed One, how should one think about a mind of a Bodhisattva who is about to die? The Blessed One replied, Akashagarbha, when a Bodhisattva is about to die, he or she should cultivate the wisdom of the hour of the death. The wisdom of the hour of death is as follows. All phenomena are naturally pure. Okay, now can you relate this, what we have studied? All phenomena naturally pure, meaning objectively there's nothing really there. It's all so pure, intrinsically so pure. You remove the mental dirt, the purity is there. All phenomena are subsumed with, what is that? All phenomena are naturally pure. Okay, let's read this together. Wisdom of the hour of death is as follows. All phenomena are naturally pure, so one should cultivate the clear understanding that there are no entities. All phenomena are subsumed within the mind of enlightenment, so one should cultivate the clear understanding of great compassion. All phenomena are naturally luminous, so one should cultivate the clear understanding of non-apprehension. All entities are impermanent, so one should cultivate the clear understanding of non-attachment to anything whatsoever. When one realizes mind, this is wisdom. So one should cultivate the clear understanding of not seeking Buddha elsewhere. The Blessed One then spoke the following verses. Since all phenomena are naturally pure, one should cultivate the clear understanding that there are no entities. Since all phenomena are connected with the enlightened mind, one should cultivate the clear understanding of great compassion. Since all phenomena are naturally luminous, one should cultivate the clear understanding of non-apprehension. Since all entities are impermanent, one should cultivate the clear understanding of non-attachment. Since the mind is a cause for the arising of wisdom, do not look for the Buddha elsewhere. After the Blessed One had spoken, the whole assembly, including the Bodhisattva Akashagarbha and others, were overjoyed and full of praise for the Buddha's words. This concludes the Noble Mahayana Sutra, Wisdom at the Hour of the Death. Okay, so there are 5 important points on the basis of which the Buddha advised the Bodhisattvas to prepare for their dying. Okay. Good. Now let's continue from where we left this morning. Okay, which verse was it? 56. 56. Done, not done. Not done. Okay. Okay, 56. Ascertaining the object of the mind. Object of the mind meaning the object of the we call it the primordial mind. Consciousness will engage in it, meaning that the primordial mind, the mind which manifests which when all the defilement is gone, there's the real purity inside there. So what that object is, that primordial mind, that object is that mind will see the emptiness. Your consciousness will then engage in it. It is the object of that primordial mind. Once your very own awareness becomes pure, so with this, the seeing the object of emptiness, once your own very awareness becomes pure, so here, as you see emptiness, then your mind becomes like the dirt being removed. Gradually, is being removed, and then the mind becomes pure. It's not that the purity comes from outside, but the mind's pure true nature starts to manifest in the form of Gade Gade Para Gade Para Samgade Bodhi Swaha. You will dwell right in the Bhumi's nature. Bhumi meaning the Bodhisattva's ground. Bodhisattva's ground. So Bodhisattva's ground meaning that it's not like, say, anything is known as Bodhisattva's Bhumi. So we talk about Gade Gate, Paragate, Parasamgate, Bodhi Swaha. Okay, the first Gate. How many you are in the first Gate? And how in the second Gate? How many in third Gate? Anyone? Any idea? Huh? Okay. So basically the idea is the first Gade is, the first we have to know what these five are. Gade, Gade, Paragate, Parasamgate, Bodhi Swaha. So the last time we did, they write it. I remember it. First Gade is the path of accumulation. You remember it? Second Gade is path of preparation. Third Gade is path of seeing. Fourth Gade is path of meditation. Fifth one, path of no more running. Okay, so this is Gade Gade path. Then they say, let's say that simply because we say Gade Gade, it doesn't mean that you are in the Bhumis. Bhumis meaning ground. Bodhisattva ground, not the literal ground, but the Bodhisattva ground. What is Bodhisattva ground? Is when the Bodhisattva, for the first time, sees emptiness directly. Bodhisattva, when sees the emptiness directly, at that point, this is known as a Bodhisattva ground. When does it happen? It happened when? Any idea? Part of seeing, the third one. Gade Gade Para Gade. And part of seeing, you see the emptiness directly. So because of this path is referred to as the path of seeing, to see the ultimate reality directly. Okay, so then when you see the emptiness directly, at that point the bhumi or the ground starts. What is meant by ground? For building a house, we need to have the ground, yes? We need to have the earth, the ground. Ground should be firm. When you find the ground, then you can stack the building. So if if it is a water body, you cannot build a house. So you have to find the ground. Then you can stack. When you see emptiness directly, at that point you see the ground. Why ground? Where you say, find what is your job? Why you are doing all this is Gade, Gade, and so why? Anyone? Why we are studying? Why we're meditating? Why? Quick. To attain these two goals. So how to attain these goals? Where do you get these two goals? Where are they available? These two goals? Where is infinite happiness? From Dharamsala? Or where is that manufactured? Where? No, it's within us. It's within us. So why we have to put effort? If it's already there within us, why should we put effort? Anyone? Hey, say something quick. Huh? They're obscured by the mental defilements, right? In others, so I think that you already, it's obvious. The last 8 days we studied that. This is your answer. I don't know. I know. Right? So therefore you are not saying this is obvious. Okay, so it's obscure. Obscure means what you have to do, your job is simply to remove the dirt. You're getting it? Okay, so when you remove the dirt, when the dirt is actually removed, at that point, then the qualities, the real qualities start to build up, because the qualities are blocked by the metal dirt. You're getting it? And so we try our best, bodhicitta, some emptiness, we try our best, but because we don't see emptiness directly, mental dirt are so intact within us. You're getting it? Okay, so intact, they don't disappear. So for example, hey, don't be angry. Oh yeah, that's true, right? That's true. And the next moment, again, you stop it. Again, all this come back. So they are just temporarily stopped, but from the root it's not stopped, right? It's ready to germinate anytime. So therefore, our job is to experience the fearlessness, infinite happiness. For that, you have to remove the metal dirt from the root. When that is not uprooted, then the mental dirt can come anytime, which means the dirts are intact there. It's whether or not it's just shows the leaf or not, the root is already there. So our job is to really cut the root. Then it is like punching the hole, right, to the vase. So the punching hole happens only when you see emptiness directly. So then at that point, then the light inside starts to glow outside. So for that, otherwise for us, whatever we do, at morning we come, and then sometimes we go to pilgrimage. It's very good, extremely good. This is the only foundation how we can actually see emptiness directly eventually. Without doing these things, there's no way, impossible. Some people talk about it, they don't do anything, right? And then they think of, what is it all about? When finally the dirt is over the air, right? Without seeing emptiness, we are saying, you go to retreat, what's the point? They say like this, but this is a way how we have to gradually move from step A to B to C to, this is how we have to move. So even this is very precious. So what I'm saying is that how we try to remove the mental dirt, and when you reach the path of seeing, how they remove the dirt, these two are very different. So I'll give you an example. For example, like say, suddenly Thosamling receives a message from the office of His Holiness the Dalai Lama, saying that His Holiness is around and His Holiness may visit Thosamling to bless, right? Oh, we have to then clean up, right? And then we all busy cleaning up, and then receive the next call. Next call says that His Holiness is already somewhere there, right? Okay, now we don't have time to clean up. So what we do is that all the slippers are there. Where? Hey, where did you have the slipper? There, right? So there's no time to pick up the slippers. So what you do is that you bring a very clean cloth, cover the slippers, and put some flowers on it, right? So the slippers look so odd. Now it's nice, but the slippers are not removed. It's still there. You're getting it? It's a temporary just cover. So then it says that this is a false alarm. He's on somewhere in Nobulinga, right? In Nobulinga. Okay, then you actually remove the slippers. So cleaning up, there are two ways of cleaning. Just covering, suppressing, covering, this one. And number two is uprooting. There are two. So uprooting happens. When the uprooting happens, then the real ground happens. Real ground. Then the good qualities build up. So uprooting happens when you see emptiness directly. When you see emptiness directly, path of seeing, which is when? Which gade? Paragate. Very good. Okay. So that is known as the ground. So the ground starts from path of seeing. So how many bodhisattvas grounds are there? There are 10 grounds. 10 bodhisattva grounds. And 10 bodhisattva grounds, how do we where the 10 grounds are there? Very easy. Okay, gade. The first two, no ground. Because they don't say emptiness directly. Ground means when you say emptiness directly, you have found the ground where the mental defilements can be removed from the root. So that happens from the path of seeing. So the path of seeing is first ground. Path of seeing is first ground of the 10, first ground. Then path of meditation. Next is path of meditation. Path of meditation is also divided into 10. Path of meditation also divided into 10. Within the path of meditation, again you start from first ground to 10 ground. So within first ground, there are two levels. First ground of the path of seeing and the first ground of the path of meditation. You're getting it? Within first ground, there are two levels. It is like, for example, let's say, okay, in India, masters, how many years? Don't do it like this. Say something. What is this? Okay, 2 years, right? So why masters 2 years? You're repeating it? Is it repetition or what? 2 years. So the first year repeated in second year? No, these two are the masters. There are two. They do differ in their level of the level. Likewise, first bhumi, there are two. First bhumi of the path of seeing and first bhumi of the path of meditation. First bhumi of the path of meditation is a higher level in comparison with the first bhumi of the path of seeing. You're getting it? You understand it? Hey, you are supposed to be studying emptiness, right? If you don't master one level, two level, if you don't understand this, you got it? Okay. So with this, what did I say? Path of meditation. How many? It is divided into how many divisions? 10. These 10 are known as 10 bhumis. 10 bhumis or 10 grounds. Bodhisattva grounds. Bodhisattva bhumis. So, which is the first bhumi? Path of seeing. That's it. Then second bhumi starts from path of meditation. Huh? No. Argaji, why no? First bhumi, all path of seeing is first bhumi, and then path of meditation split into 10. The first of the path of meditation also the first bhumi. How many got it, Vicens? Good. Okay. So we are talking about the now. After all these practices which are explained thus far, identifying your Buddha nature, Dharmadhatu, you meditate on this, you remove the mental dirt, then finally when you see emptiness, you dhatu directly, then the mental defilements are going to uproot it, then you get into the bhumis. Okay. Before bhumis, there is gate, right? This is not true. These two are not bhumis. These two are not bodhisattva bhumis. Gate. What are the two gates? Path of accumulation and the path of preparation. So, in the first place, before we go to the paragate bhumi level, bodhisattva bhumi level, we have to first get into the first entry, gate. First gate. So, what is the mark of having entered the first gate? Anyone? To see if there's anybody who has entered the first gate. Anyone? Okay, Argaji. Okay, spontaneous. For anybody who generates a very spontaneous bodhicitta, may I become Buddha for the all sentient beings through systematic studies, reflection, and meditation. Through this, when there's a spontaneous arising of the bodhicitta, at that point you have entered the first gate, which is the path of accumulation. Okay. So within the path of accumulation, when you reach that path of accumulation, you can relapse, you can degenerate. So who asked this question? There's somebody who asked this question? Huh? Lisa. Is it Lisa? The Tenzi Samsana, you asked this question? At one point, the Bodhisattva will not relapse. She answered, who asked the question? Somebody asked it. Bhumika? No? Huh? Dechen? Huh? Someone there. This is safer. Otherwise, individually they will say, no, I do not say this. Okay, don't worry. It's fine. Okay. Is it Suzuna? Is it Shugi? No, you did not. Okay. No mind. Now, okay. First one is path of accumulation. So there, when you generate bodhicitta, you enter the first path of accumulation. And when do you become stable? Stable in the sense that you don't degenerate. You continue to grow. That's very important. So, when you reach the, say, first gate, path of accumulation, okay, this is Samsung. You tell me, what's the answer? At what point the bodhisattvas will not relapse, will not degenerate? Huh? Middle of the path of accumulation. Okay, when they say the path of accumulation, the first path is again divided into 3 sections: small, middle, and the great. When you reach the middle, then you are safe now. You will not degenerate. You will continue to grow. the small path of accumulation. The first one, small path. So every danger there can degenerate. So you make sure that you reach to the middle level. Then from there, then the grade of path of accumulation, very stable. Then you go to the path of preparation. Then very stable, no danger to fall back. Okay. So with this in mind, now we are reading, 56, ascertaining the object of the mind. We ascertain the object of the mind, which is the Dharmadhatu. Consciousness will engage in it. Then your mind will learn this Dharmadhatu. You'll engage in it. Once your very own awareness becomes pure, through this, then the mind becomes, say, seeing the Dharmadhatu, mental defilements continue to disappear. Then the mind becomes purer, purer, purer. And you'll dwell right in the Bhumi's nature. Then you go into the Bhumi level. Gate, gate, paragate. When you see the part of the sea, then you enter into the Bhumi. Then the ground, you have found the ground which is so stable, on which all the Bodhisattva's qualities, when you mention the Bodhisattva's qualities, when you identify the Bodhisattva's qualities, they are so inspiring. So it says that when you reach the first Bhumi, gate, gate, paragate, Bodhisattva Bhumi, not the Shravaka Pratik Buddha. When you reach that, you can see like 100 Buddhas very easily. 100 Buddhas. You can see, you can have the vision of 100 Buddhas very easily. And you can travel to the 100 world systems through your magical powers very easily. And then when you reach the second Bhumi, then multiply by like 1,000 times, 1,000 times. And your emanation, you can emanate like these 1,000 times 100. So like this, your quality is simply multiplying exponentially. And it also says that when you really generate the Bhumi level, then you can actually the power can actually have the capacity to shake the 100 world systems. Shake, not to destroy. It doesn't mean destroy. It's a pleasant shake. You're gonna get. So these qualities, which means the powers, you get such a power. So general bodhicitta and the form of Bodhisattva path, when you see these qualities, you'll be inspired. Okay. And there are also other anecdotes. For example, like say at one point, what happened was that the Buddha was presiding over the congregation, and then the Bodhisattva, the Vajrapani, Arya Vajrapani was there. Is any Arya Vajrapani around? Yeah. Arya Vajrapani. Okay. So we talked about the three perfect qualities: perfect love, perfect knowledge, and perfect power. So perfect knowledge depicted by Arya Manjushri. Not Manjushri. So like he's your classmate, Manjushri, right? And then the compassion, love depicted by perfect love depicted by Arya Avalokiteshvara. Then the power, the perfection of power depicted by Arya Vajrapani. Which one? Where? This is Guru Padma Sambhava. Oh, Rimbela. Okay, never mind. Simply somebody holding Vajra doesn't mean Vajrapani. You're getting it? Rimbela, you can also hold Vajra. Okay, let's put it like this. So what happened was that Buddha was presiding over the gathering and Arya Vajrapani was there. Then Indra was there. Indra, who's Indra? One of the gods of the god and goddesses. One of the kings of the god and goddesses. Indra was there. Then King Ajatashatru was there. Because Buddha was presiding in King Ajatashatru's place or King Bimbisara's kingdom. So King Ajatashatru was also there. And Muguliana was there. Who's Muguliana? Venerable Digila? Muguliana? Who's Moggallana? One of the two disciples who is depicted on the two sides of the Buddha. The one on the right is Shariputra, and one on the left is Moggallana. Okay, so these were there, and then the public were there, and Aryavajrapani was always holding a Vajra in his hand. His name is Vajrapani, holding the Vajra. He was always holding Vajra. And then King Ajatashatru, king of this kingdom, where all of them were sitting now. King Ajatashatru, he was known for his physical might, physical strength. And he was so curious. What is that thing which Aryavajrapani is holding in his hand? What is that? He was so curious what that is. But he did not dare to ask Aryavajrapani what it is. And then the Buddha read King Ajatashatru's mind. Buddha didn't say anything. Buddha turned to Aryavajrapani and asked, Vajrapani, please put your Vajra on my table. Then Vajrapani respectfully pulled the Vajra on the table. And the Buddha turned to King Ajatashatru. King Ajatashatru, you can now pick up the Vajra. King Ajatashatru was so happy, so happy. The Buddha read my mind. And I want to see, I dare not ask Aryavajrapani. So now I get a chance. So he's so happily he came and tried to pick up the Vajra. He could not pick up the Vajra. He cannot. So why I'm sharing this, you know? Okay, let's see. He could not pick up the Vajra. And then he was trying to move the Vajra. He could not move. Then he was using both hands to move. He could not move. Forget about picking it up, even cannot move it. And he has the air, he has this pride that he has the physically mightiest person on the planet Earth. He couldn't move it. He gave up. And he turned to Indra, the king of the god and goddesses, who also uses Vajra when having war with Asuras. So, King Ajatashatru turned towards Indra, please, you. Then Indra went there, okay, Vajra is something which I use every day. So he was picking up, he could not pick up. Again, he was trying to move it, cannot move. Two hands, cannot move. He gave up. Then he turned to, who's left now? Hey, Vajrapani left the Vajra there. Who's left? Moggallana, yes, right. Okay, you're listening to a story, it's not your responsibility, right? Okay, so then the Indra passed it on to Moggallana. Moggallana is known for miracle powers. Why he is considered as very important to be depicted on one of the sides of the Buddha is because that he, amongst the Buddha's disciples, the visible disciples, he was considered as the one with the greatest miracle power. So Indra passed it on to him. Then he was trying to move it. Again, he could not pick it up. He could not move it. With both hands, he could not move. And he turned towards the Buddha and he shed tears. He said, my miracle power is now gone, has disappeared. Then the Buddha said, your miracle power has not disappeared. This Vajra is not ordinary Vajra. This Vajra requires incredible power. Ordinary people will not have the power. Shravaka said, Pratik Buddhas, you don't have that power to pick this up, right? And the Buddha invited Vajrapani, come and pick this up. Then Vajrapani, just with his the index finger and the thumb, picked this up and threw this in the sky and picked it back and kept it back. Then Ajatashatru, he just lost his confidence, lost his air, arrogance, just subsided. That, wow. Then he did not even look at Arya Vajrapani. Right? He was looking at the Buddha because Buddha is very compassionate. So look at the Buddha, right? How come that Arya Vajrapani is just could play with this, which we cannot even move? How come? And the Buddha said, it's all because of the power of Arya Vajrapani's bodhicitta. Because of his bodhicitta, very powerful bodhicitta. Arya Vajrapani already reached the 10th bhumi. He was on the verge to become enlightened, become fully enlightened, become Buddha. So it is the power of bodhicitta that this Vajra, he can just play with this, which nobody else can even move it. So then the Ajatasattu, King Ajatasattu, he made a request to the Buddha. They say, Tathagata the Buddha, please teach us what should I do to get such a power as the power of Aravajapani? So what should I do? And then Buddha give the whole list of the practices. It's all our practice of compassion. How to be nice to your parents, how not to, be the unkind to your parents, how nice to be to the poor people, weak people, destitute people, and so forth. So all these list of 10 virtues are taught by the Buddha, how to be nice, kind, compassionate towards other beings with the practice of the spirit of bodhicitta. Okay, so this is, with this we see that Bhumis means this is not like, okay, no. You just think about this, you'll be inspired, the Bodhisattva's qualities. And the one point when the Buddha was, again, giving teachings, there was one disciple who asked the Buddha, and where can we see Arya Manjushri? So here we have Arya Manjushri, and one of the disciples asked the Buddha, where can we see Arya Manjushri? And the Buddha, of course, sensing that this person has a very strong karmic connection to Arya Manjushri, then the Buddha just did some gestures, and to a very far away world system where there was another Buddha. Where there was another Buddha, that Buddha was also giving teaching. And all these lights were radiating, and the parasols, the very auspicious signs were all coming. And then people attending teachings to that Buddha, they was just wondering, what are all these signs? Very beautiful lights are coming. And they asked the Buddha there, what are all these? And that Buddha said that these lights are nothing to do with us. These are all the lights which the Buddha Shakyamuni on the planet Earth is sending us. And what is this? Why this is sent? So this is Buddha Shakyamuni indicating Arya Manjushri. Arya Manjushri was listening to the teachings of that Buddha, indicating to Arya Manjushri to come there. And then the Arya Manjushri sought permission from that Buddha that if I can leave, Buddha Shakyamuni is indicating that I should come there. So then the Buddha said, yes, you can leave. And Arya Manjushri and his entourage, they all left. And then they here in the Buddha Shakyamuni planet Earth, Buddha Shakyamuni giving teaching, again there was amazing light, brilliant light was coming. And the people were wondering, what is this light? And the Buddha said that Manjushri has come. The Buddha can say Manjushri. He is not a classmate, right? So we can say Arya Manjushri. So the Buddha said, Manjushri has come. Manjushri and his entourage, they've come, right? But we are not seeing him. We're not seeing him. And the Buddha said, Manjushri, you manifest yourself. And then he manifested with his entourage came. So Arya Manjushri made the prostration to the Buddha. And then the Buddha said, so this particular person wants to learn from you. And they want to inquiring about you. And the person turned towards the Buddha. Please, may we request Arya Manjushri give teachings. And the Buddha said, you can request directly. So requested, and the Arya Manjushri paid respect to the Buddha, and then he started to give teachings. Okay, these are all amazing, inspiring. These are all bodhisattvas, high-level bodhisattvas. If we practice, we can also become one like them. Very extremely inspiring. And for the time being, when we hear the bodhisattva means somebody who will always go to samsara, right? Always go to samsara till samsara ends, right? There's nothing really good. Only to suffer. This is not bodhisattva. Bodhisattva means who so courageously, who has attained so many qualities, amazing qualities, which everybody will be awestruck. At the same time, the compassion makes them attain these qualities to benefit the being. So they continue to bless, continue to benefit the beings, sentient beings, continue to send these beings with themselves having all attained all these amazing qualities. Okay. Okay, now 57. The great and mighty ones, supreme abode, Akanishta, that's so beautiful, and consciousness, all three of them fuse into a single one, I say. Okay, so for this we need to know what, when you become a Buddha, what happens when you become a Buddha? When each one of us, when we become Buddha, what happens? So, when you become a Buddha, you attain what is known as 3 kayas or 2 kayas or 3 kayas or 4 kayas or 5 kayas. In other words, say you attain 2 kayas, and we can further see them in 3 kayas, 4 kayas, 5 kayas. Kayas meaning bodies, perfection of the bodies, perfection of your qualities. So, let's say is it right for me to say that the people here can be grouped into 2? The 30 plus and 29 and below. Yes, is it correct? Yes. Okay. Then let's say that so which means I divide this into 2. I can divide into 3 also, right? Those who recently came from Dharamsala, those who came from Delhi, and those who came from anywhere else. Can we divide like 3? This is also fine. We can also divide into 4, right? 4, likewise 5, we can divide it in any way you like. So the Buddha's body, meaning that when you become a Buddha, then your qualities can be seen classified in different ways: 2, 3, 4, 5. First, let's see them into 2. Okay, first into 2, Ajahn, 2, right? Okay, first 2. What 2? When you become a Buddha, then so you will attain 2 qualities. 2 qualities, these are known as the kayas, K-A-Y-A, kaya. Kaya meaning bodies. Bodies. Buddha's bodies. Okay. Kaya in general is bodies, but when you speak of the kaya in the concept of Buddha, it's a Buddha's bodies. 2. One is to understand it in a very easy way, we attain Buddha for the benefit of yourself and for the benefit of all sentient beings, for both. So you attain perfection of yourself and perfection for others. In other words, two ultimate goodnesses, 2 perfect goodnesses, 2 perfect goodness, perfect goodness for yourself and perfect goodness for others, right? That is the wisest thing to attain. You agree? So perfect goodness for yourself is known as Rupakaya. Rupakaya is Sanskrit. In English, form body of the Buddha. Perfect. This for others. And the ultimate goodness for others is known as Rupakaya. In English, form body of the Buddha. Form body. Then the perfect goodness for yourself is known as Dharmakaya. Or in English, truth body. Truth body. Dharmakaya, truth body. Okay, 2. So this is how when you become a Buddha, you see that you manifest these 2 qualities. Perfect goodness for yourself, which is Dharmakaya, and perfect goodness for others, this is Rupakaya. So Dharmakaya is more related to your ultimate goodness for yourself, meaning the perfect qualities within yourself, which others cannot directly see. You're getting it? So which you alone can directly have access. Others, meaning sentient beings, cannot see. Other Buddhas can see. Whereas they say the perfect goodness for others is the Buddha's bodies. Buddha's body, Rupakaya. Rupakaya is where other sentient beings can see and can benefit from receiving teachings from the form body of the Buddha. 2. So how many of you are okay with this? Or how many of you understood this? Division of the Buddha's qualities into 2. Good. Okay, now let's divide into 3. For 3, let's say that the ultimate goodness for others. What is the ultimate goodness for others? Rupakaya. Rupakaya again split into 2. Rupakaya split into 2. One is known as the Sambhogakaya. 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 S-A-M-B-O-G-A. Sambhoga Kaya. K-A-Y-A. Sambhogakaya. Sambhogakaya in English is enjoyment body. Enjoyment body. Other one is Nirmana Kaya. Nirmana Kaya. That is the emanation body. Enjoyment body and emanation body. So Sambhogakaya, okay, Sambhogakaya, the emanation body. What's the difference? Quickly. They say the physical form body is to benefit the beings. And who are these beings? Beings can be grouped into 2. One being high quality beings, Arya Bodhisattvas. Arya Bodhisattvas meaning those Bodhisattvas who already see emptiness directly, Arya Bodhisattvas, versus the ordinary beings, other beings, 2. And the Sambhogakaya is accessible only to the Arya Bodhisattvas. Arya meaning, what is Arya? Arya in English is superior. Superior. Why superior? Superior in ways of seeing emptiness directly. Others cannot see emptiness directly. You can see emptiness directly. This is Arya. And then being a Bodhisattva, Arya Bodhisattva. And Arya Bodhisattva, Arya Bodhisattvas have direct access to this Sambhogakaya, not others. Not others. Others can see the Buddha in the form of Nirmanakaya, not in the form of Sambhogakaya. So Sambhogakaya is the Buddha, which physical form, which is available, directly accessible only to the Arya Bodhisattvas, and the Nirmanakaya is accessible to others. Okay, so we see that now if this is how we divide, we see the Buddha bodies divided into Kaya's body into 3. What are they? Dharmakaya, Sambhogakaya, Nirmanakaya. If we split into 2, what are they? Dharmakaya and Rupakaya. 3 into 3, Dharmakaya, Sambhogakaya, and Nirmanakaya. Now, if we split into 4, then the first part, Dharmakaya, we split into 2, right? Dharmakaya we split into 2. Dharmakaya is the natural Dharmakaya and the wisdom Dharmakaya. Natural Dharmakaya and the wisdom Dharmakaya. Natural Dharmakaya and the wisdom Dharmakaya. 2. What is natural Dharmakaya? What is the wisdom Dharmakaya? Okay, Dharmakaya is something which is directly accessible to the Buddha himself, not to the sentient beings, right? So, within that you see that the Buddha's mind, particularly mental consciousness, Buddha's mind, which is the resultant state of the proliferating Buddha nature. Buddha's mind, that is known as the wisdom Dharmakaya. Buddha's mind is the wisdom Dharmakaya. And what's the other one? Natural Dharmakaya. Natural Dharmakaya meaning, say the, emptiness of the Buddha's Dharmakaya, Buddha's wisdom, wisdom Dharmakaya. Emptiness, state of cessation. The quality of cessation of the quality of cessation of defilements. Quality of cessation of defilements of the Buddha's mind. These fall under the category of the natural Dharmakaya. You getting it? How many got it? If you split the Buddha bodies into 4, done. Okay, let's say Buddha's body is split into 4. What are they? Okay, let's say first Sambhogakaya, Nirvanakaya, and then raise hand. Okay, Pekka, tell me. Oh, first one, Dhammakaya, Rupakaya, yes. Then okay. So next is we say that okay. Let's say here, if you want to make a map. Okay, I want the three. What are the three? Yes, one, Nirmanakaya, right? Two. But I said three. You gave me only two. Okay, one is the Dharmakaya is on the other side, that you have to bring it down. Very good, three. Now I want four. What are the four? Anyone? Quick. Anyone? Quick. Four. I want the four. Huh? Yes. Okay, Swashi. Wow, very, what do you call it? Very fluent. Right, thank you. Amazing. Okay, now we want five, right? That's the last, don't worry. I promise this is last. Okay, five. Oh, you don't want it? You want or you don't want? Okay, good. Okay, so now if you want five, then the natural Dharmakaya, we split into two. Then finish. Natural Dharmakaya we split into two. How we split that into two is natural Dharmakaya with respect to the cessation of natural stains. Natural Dharmakaya with respect to the cessation of natural stains. Number two, natural Dharmakaya with respect to adventitious stains. Adventitious stains. Let me repeat it. Natural Dharmakaya with respect to natural stain. What did I say? Natural Dharmakaya with respect to the cessation of natural stains. Natural Dharmakaya with respect to the cessation of adventitious stains. Okay, what does it mean by that? Right? I'll explain, don't worry. So first tell me, somebody tell me the 5 divisions of the Buddha bodies. Quick. Okay, Dr. Doran, tell me. Sambhogakaya and Nirmanakaya too? Yes. Good. Very good. We how many agree with Dr. Doran in this sense? We all agree. Good. So we have 5. Now what do you want to learn? What do you done? Done? Not done. Not done. Bhumika not done. What is not done? Okay. Explanation is left. Otherwise done. Explanation is left. Okay. So what do you understand by the natural Dharmakaya? With respect to the cessation of the natural stains and with respect to the adventitious stains. What's the difference? Is question. Okay, let's say that the natural Dharmakaya, with respect to the cessation of natural stains, it simply means the emptiness of the Buddha's mind. And how? I'll explain it, don't worry. First, identify natural Dharmakaya with respect to the cessation of natural stains means is the emptiness of the Buddha's mind, as simple as that. And why emptiness of the Buddha's mind is known as the natural Dharmakaya with respect to cessation of the natural stains. Why? That we have to learn. We're getting it? First one. First you got it? We have to learn why it is called so. Second one is the natural Dharma. Second one is the cessation, the cessation of the Buddha's mind. What is that? No, what I'm saying is that the second one is the second one. Natural Dharmakaya with respect to the cessation of the adventitious stains. So here, what is that? So give the illustration is that the Buddha's mind being freed of. Buddha's mind being freed of being freed meaning cessation. Buddha's mind being freed of afflictive obscurations and the cognitive obscurations. Okay, what was the last thing that I said? Buddha's mind freed of afflictive obscurations, cognitive obscurations is what? Is the natural Dharmakaya with respect to the cessation of adventitious stains. You getting it? So why? Why these two illustrations, these two respective illustrations are identified the two respective natural Dharmakaya? Why? What's the first one? Natural Dharmakaya. Okay, Ashwin, tell me. What's the first one? What illustration did I give you? Very good. Particularly emptiness with Buddha's mental consciousness, not the sensory consciousness. Buddha's mental consciousness, to be very precise. Okay, so emptiness of the Buddha's mind. Emptiness has connotation cessation. You're getting in a loose sense. Emptiness, your mental defilements is empty, your mental defilements ceased, your mind is freed from the defilements, right? Cessation, free, ceased. In a loose sense, they are more same. So, emptiness of Buddha's mind, meaning that empty cessation. Buddha's mind is empty of what? When you say emptiness of the Buddha's mind, emptiness of what? Emptiness of? Very good. Emptiness is a short form of emptiness of objective existence, emptiness of independent existence. You're getting it? Okay. So when you say emptiness, natural Dharmakaya with respect to the cessation of natural stains. So what we identified is the emptiness of Buddha's mind, Buddha's mental consciousness. So emptiness of Buddha's consciousness means Buddha's mental consciousness being empty of objective existence. So objective existence is referred to as the natural stain. You're getting it? It's not a stain. It's just given the label natural stain. Because Buddha's mind is freed of the objective existence naturally. He doesn't put effort. You're getting it? So Buddha's mind is freed of the objective existence naturally. How many of your mind is freed of objective existence? Presents? How many your mind is freed of objective existence? Presents? All of us, right? So what did you do to remove the objective existence from your mind? No effort. It naturally is empty. It's naturally ceased. So that is known as the natural stain. You getting it? You understood it, presents? You understood it? Good. Okay. So that part is done. What is next, love? What is that? Natural Dharmakaya with respect to cessation of natural stains. So, what example did we give? What example did we give? What example did we give? The Buddha's mind being empty of or being freed of afflictive obscurations and cognitive obscurations. You are getting it? Cessation. Freed of what? Adventitious stains. On the one hand, I said freed of adventitious stains. On the other hand, with the example, I said freed of afflictive obscurations, cognitive obscurations. These two are adventitious stains. You're getting it? Afflictive obscuration and the cognitive obscurations, these two are adventitious stains. Why these two adventitious stains? These are the stains of our mind, which we have. These are the stains, but these stains are not the true nature of our mind. They are adventitious, which can be removed. Adventitious meaning which can be removed, is removable. You're getting it? Okay, how many of you now understood it? Raise hands. 5 Buddha bodies. Good. Okay. So with this, now let's read the text. Which verse we're reading? 57. Thank you. The great and the mighty one, supreme abode. This refers to the Dharmakaya. This refers to the Dharmakaya. Dharmakaya is the true. When you become a Buddha, what is truly there as the Buddha is the Dharmakaya. Then from the Dharmakaya, the example that we gave is that from the space, then the clouds come into existence. Yes? Okay. So the great and the mighty one, supreme abode in the form of the Dharmakaya. Akanishta is where the Sambhogakaya resides. So Dharmakaya, the first line. Second line is a Sambhogakaya. Akanishta is a heaven. Is the heaven where the Sambhogakaya resides. Akanishta is the heaven where the Sambhogakaya resides. And that is so beautiful. So along with the Sambhogakaya, then the Sambhogakaya, what happens is that Sambhogakaya is the one, the Buddha which resides in Akanishta realm. And from there, then emanations manifest anywhere. So these emanations are known as Nirmanakaya, or the emanation body of the Buddha, Nirmanakaya. So when you say Akanishta, that is where the Sambhogakaya Buddha resides, and from there emanations Nirmanakaya comes into being. So how many things are there? Three, same Buddha in 3 different forms: Dharmakaya, Sambhogakaya, and Nirmanakaya. When you become a Buddha, you yourself manifest in the form of Dharmakaya. And you yourself manifest in the form of Sambhogakaya. You yourself manifest in the form of Nirmanakaya. You're getting it? It's not that there are 3 different Buddhas. It's just the same Buddha. Okay. So with this, it says, and consciousness. They're so beautiful. And consciousness, all 3 of them. The conscious meaning, where we talk about the Dharmakaya, wisdom, Dharmakaya is there. Then the Sambhogakaya again is a Buddha, which is the enjoyment body of the Buddha. Again, it is the mind. This has the mind, consciousness. And Nirmanakaya, also Buddha Shakyamuni is a Nirmanakaya. Again, it's the mind. So all these 3 minds, they are not 3 different minds. These are the same. And the consciousness, all 3 of them fuse into a single one, I say. Okay, next 58. As for knowing all among the childish, as for, okay, let's like this. As for knowing all, put together, these 2 put together, knowing all among the childish. So this line refers to the Nirmanakaya. Childish meaning sentient, ordinary beings like us. For the ordinary beings like us, the Buddha manifests in the form of Nirmanakaya. The first line. The diversity among the noble meaning Aryas, Arya Bodhisattvas. For the Arya Bodhisattvas, the Buddha manifests in the form of Sambhogakaya. Okay, number 2, Sambhogakaya. And the great and the mighty referring to the Dharmakaya, the space which allows the Sambhogakaya and Nirmanakaya to happen. Space, which is that? The Dharmakaya. Infinite time. So when you become a Buddha, your life, infinite time or infinite lifespan, it is infinite. For us, say when I was in my teenage, then the young adult in my 20s, the body is so flexible. And then when I see older, right, with 2 hands down and then standing up like this. Why? No, you can stand up very comfortably. Why you are putting your 2 hands down? How are you putting your 2 hands down in front of myself now? You're getting it? Why? You can get up and straight. You don't make like a fashion. Right? Like a fashion. Don't create a new fashion. 2 hands down. And some people, when they sit, they feel it's like falling off, right? So no, you do it very comfortably. It's all because that I have no idea what is meant by old age. You're getting it? Now, when I see the young people, they get it very comfortably, very easily, right? Wow, they're very flexible body. You're getting it? Okay. So the point is that we see that our body, our life has a span, extremely short. For the Buddhas, it's infinity. Lifespan is infinity. There's no death to the Buddha. When you become a Buddha, don't worry. It's not that somebody else, and then you are the one, and somebody else is infinite life. When you become a Buddha, you have the infinite life. But now we have so why not we become Buddha? Right? We don't want to die. How many don't want to die? Raise hands, including me. How many don't want to die? Raise hands. Hey, not sure. How many you don't want to die? But you want to test what is death, right? Huh? Huh. So what? It's very certain, right? Everything's in answer. One thing is certain is death. So what? We're going to die in any ways, right? But when somebody says that you have cancer, right? Dechen, I'm very sorry to inform you have a cancer, and then you free, right? No, anyway we're going to die. Yeah, but right? So this is because that we actually don't feel that. You're getting it? We just intellectualize it. We don't feel it. We don't feel it. What we don't feel it? This kid? We don't really feel what is death. You're getting it? Just intellectual. Because it is not that your mistake. It's not a mistake. Because of this, the past masters, they deliberately leave their home to go to Himalayas, to meditate, to feel that what is death, to feel that. You're getting, they deliberately go there. And then the fear comes. The fear of the death is acute. You're getting it? So acute. So acute. Particularly say, okay, don't worry. So many things are waiting for you. Right? Say, for example, if you ask me, right, I'll tell you that, okay, my classmate, this died, that died, this died, my juniors, this died, that died, this died, my elders died. I have many stories. You're getting it? And once in a while, okay, anytime, we never know. It has become so real now. It's not just far away, right? It's so real that I've met this classmate who went through surgery, cancer. That's the classmate, surgery, cancer. There's surgery, cancer, and so forth. When I hear this anytime, right, I can see something, and then they go there, is cancer. You're getting it? When I was like in my late 30s, late 30s, early 40s, I think. Early 40s, 40 or 41. One morning I get up and I could not, I had a pain in my left ribs. Left ribs. And I thought that it was just a natural pain. It'd go away. And it remained 3 days. And then on the third day, it was so severe that I could not have a sleep. Right? I could not sleep. So one of my friends told me that you have to go to hospital. And then went, and then I was sent to Delhi hospital. I went there, checked, and the doctor said that this is tuberculosis. And I said, how do you know it's tuberculosis? He was so angry. How come that the patient who doesn't know anything is challenging me? He said that you are very lucky it is not cancer. Right? I thought it was cancer. Right? And then my sister, she also thought the same thing. It must be Cancer. You're getting it? So when it happens like this, finish, right? Then you will experientially you know what is death. You're getting it? Okay. So the great and the mighty infinite time, infinite lifetime. What is the cause of time in eons? What is the cause for when somebody becomes Buddha? Then your lifespan is so infinite, is so perfect, perfectly pure, clean, the perfect peace and the infinity. So what is the cause of that? 59. For sustaining the duration, during the eons truly infinite of all beings, outer realms, and for creatures life force to remain, this is what is the exhaustive cause. So, say as a sentient being, you as a sentient being, and then gradually become gate, paragate, from Bodhisattva path. So during eons truly infinite of all beings, outer realms, meaning that the for the ordinary beings, when is the beginning? No beginning. When is the end? There's no begin. There's no end for the ordinary beings. This is like this. So samsara is beginningless, no end. But of course, if you put an effort, then you can bring an end to the samsara. So just as like this is so like an infinity. So when you put effort in the practice of the understanding emptiness, dependent origin, bodhisattva and so the bodhicitta and so forth, and for creatures' life force to remain as you as a sentient being, when you practice these, this is what is the exhaustive cause. These practices of bodhicitta and a wisdom of emptiness, when you are a sentient being, you practice these things, then when they come to the completion, this will give rise to you becoming Buddha and your life becomes infinity. Okay, 60. In that whose fruition is inexhaustible, meaning that you as a sentient being, your the virtues that you gathered, then particularly when you reach the 10 bhumi, you have gathered the merit, the accumulation of wisdom. So then it comes to the fruition to become Buddha. At that point, it becomes inexhaustible through the special trait of non-appearance. Non-appearance meaning, say, the non-appearance of objective reality, to see everything as empty of truth. Finally, it boils down to seeing emptiness. Seeing emptiness, but then seeing emptiness per se does not help. Seeing emptiness in the most refined form. How? How can we see emptiness most refined form? For example, like there are physics professors. Some are below standard, some are average, some are outstandingly refined physics professors. So likewise, say on the understanding of emptiness, some are average, some are outstandingly refined. What makes the wisdom of emptiness outstandingly refined? Anyone? Yes. No, this is what I'm saying. So let's say that what should we do to have the wisdom of emptiness become extremely defined? What should we do? Yes. Okay. Say Shravakas and Pratik Buddhas, they see emptiness directly. You're getting it? Bodhisattvas, they see emptiness directly. But how the Bodhisattvas, wisdom of emptiness has the capacity to cut the cognitive obscuration, because their wisdom of emptiness is extremely refined. Although both of them see emptiness directly, Shravakas, Pratik Buddhas and the Bodhisattvas, but the Bodhisattva's wisdom of emptiness has a capacity, it's like a laser beam because of the bodhicitta, the motivation. You're getting it? This motivation is extremely important to make the what? The wisdom of emptiness very powerful. Okay. Through the special trait of non-appearance, the engaged in the full for the wisdom's sake. Finally, is the wisdom of emptiness, but the wisdom of emptiness, there are so many layers, levels. To make it most refined, it must be complemented by bodhicitta. So bodhicitta is required for that reason. Okay, 60, what, 60? 61. Okay, now Don't think enlightenment is far away. Why? Because enlightenment is right within us. In other words, the Dharmadhatu is right within us. If you practice, you can just retrieve it, remove the mental defilement, and you see the enlightenment within us. Don't think enlightenment is far away. And don't conceive of it as close by. Don't think that, oh, one day it will come up. I'll just chill out. Right? It will never happen automatically. You have to, if you discuss like this, enlightenment is far away. Right? If you keep chilling out, right, then enlightenment is far away. If you put effort, it's not far away. It's right there within us. But the sixfold objects not appearing. Sixfold objects are very simple. The six objects which we did last time, you remember? 6 objects, 6 subjects, 6 mediums. You remember what 6 objects? Visual, okay, visual, auditory, olfactory, gustatory, tactility. In other words, visual, sound, smell, taste, touch, and mental is the mental phenomena, or the phenomena other than these 5. These six objects. So it says, with the sixfold objects not appearing meaning that not appearing is object real, not projecting, right? Not projecting, see that their true nature, okay. Okay, let's say that you are the vice chancellor of a university, and you conduct the interview for what? Interview for the position of professorship in physics, right? You are interviewing somebody, and there are many candidates there, and one has all these degrees, right? All the degrees, like PhD, postdoc, from what? Delhi University, Harvard University, and so forth. So many certificates are there. But the interview is very important. It's not just the degree, also the degrees in paper, but the interview. So initially you get a very good impression of this person, right? This appearance of the person as very competent candidate, very strong candidate. And when you start to interview the person, then they say, what is the famous equation of Albert Einstein? Then he's lost, right? He's lost. So he doesn't have the answer. Okay. And what is the number of the protons of oxygen atom? Again said 2. Is correct or not correct? Hey? 2 protons, correct, not correct? Oxygen. Not. Why not? This is what I'm saying. For oxygen in the nucleus, how many protons are there? No idea. Okay, anyone else? Wow, this candidate will pass if you are the examiner, right? But this girl will not let him pass. It's not 2, it's 7, it's at 8. Is 8. Some people are busy checking the Google, right? Is 8. Okay, so the point is that, so when this is, then you see that all these papers, they are just facade. Behind that is 0. You're getting behind this reality is 0. Likewise, all these 6 objects, they appear. Oh, the nice food, right? Music, amazing, beautiful music. The visual is amazing, cheesecake, amazing. But behind the appearance is 0 objective reality, right? There's nothing there from the object to appear. It's all your deception. Your mind created it and give the impression it exists objectively. This is a deception. So when you really see the reality, objects stop to appear to your mind. So it says that with the sixfold objects not appearing, it is awareness of reality Then you see the reality there, not the projection. It is awareness of the reality just as it is. This is the one which will discover your ultimate reality and you become a Buddha. 62. Just as, okay, now this is easy. Just as from a mix of milk and water, what we said before already, that is present in the vessel. The geese, what they do, they just sip the milk, but not water. So here the analogy is that the milk is the metaphor for the seeing the emptiness directly, seeing the emptiness, and the water is seeing things as objectively real, which is self-grasping ignorance. Stop the self-grasping ignorance and pick up the wisdom. He's just sip the milk but not the water, which remains just as it is. 63. And just so being covered by afflictions are Dharmadhatu, covered by the afflictions, wisdom dwells within the body, one with them, but yogins just extract the wisdom and leave behind the ignorance, self-grasping ignorance. 64. As long as we still cling to iron mind, you'll conceive outer things through this. So when say I, mine, then the duality is created. Outer things says, oh, this is there, this is very complicated. All these things, the duality, the elaborations are created. But once we see the two selflessnesses, what are they? Selflessness of person and selflessness of phenomena. You remember? He, Ru, Ka, Shri. You remember that? He is the selflessness of phenomena. Ru is the selflessness of person. So you dissolve the two, the selfless. Then the Ka is the non-duality. The Shri is the non-dual wisdom, which is the non-duality, non-dualistically. You're getting it? That is Shri. Okay, when you see the two selflessnesses, the seeds of samsara will come to an end. 65. Since it's a ground for Buddhahood, nirvana, purity, permanence, and virtue too. So we see that we create a sense of duality with the Buddhahood, nirvana, or let's say Buddhahood and sentient being, nirvana and samsara, purity and impure, permanence and impermanence, virtue and non-virtue. We create all these duality on the basis of the projection of objective reality. So in the ultimate domain, where are these dualities? There is no duality there. So when you see that, you see the ultimate reality. That will dissolve all the sense of duality and the mental agitations, mental stress, they're all purified. So the two are fabricated. The two mean duality. The two with respect to Buddha, sentient being, nirvana, samsara, purity, impurity, permanence, impermanence, virtue, non-virtue. So this duality, they are fabricated by the childish. Childish meaning the beings who project things as objective real. The yogins abide in the absence of the two. The yogins, they abide in the experience of the non-duality. Okay. Now the next says, now how to activate this dhatu? How to activate this Dharmadhatu? So that's through the perfect practice of 6 perfections, right? This morning we talked about the equanimity merit. So now here comes. What are 6 perfections? Generosity, ethical discipline, patience, joyous effort or enthusiasm or perseverance. There are several translations. And meditative concentration, wisdom. Okay, 6 perfections. And 4 perfections, plus 4 perfections. What are they? Skillfulness, aspirational prayers, the power, and primordial wisdom. Okay, primordial wisdom. So number 6 is wisdom, and the number 10 is primordial wisdom. What's the difference between the two? Yes, very good. And number 6. Number 6, wisdom, professional wisdom, is the wisdom to realize the ultimate truth. And then number 10, the primordial wisdom, is related to the wisdom realizing the conventional truth. Very good, thank you. Okay, so let's read 66. First of the 6 perfections, first, generosity or the giving. And generosity is multiple hardships, meaning that with the practice of generosity, it's not that easy. Giving your material resources, giving your body, and so forth. Ethics, gathering beings' welfare. With ethics, you gather the beings' welfare. And the patience, benefiting beings. With patience, with impatience, you cannot benefit the beings. With patience, you benefit beings. Through these 3, the Dhatu blooms. Dhatu meaning your Dharmadhatu, the Buddha nature, blooms or it proliferates. Then the next, enthusiastic vigor or the joyous effort, or what are the translations? Enthusiasm, perseverance, okay. Vigor for all dharmas. For the dharma to be very effective, we require the enthusiastic vigor or the joyous effort. And then the mind that enters meditative poise, that is number 5, the meditative concentration. Wisdom as your resort at all times. Wisdom is required. These are the 6 perfections. These 2 enhance enlightenment. 68. Now the four powers. Wisdom that is joined with means is the skillful means. Aspiration prayers are very pure. Number 2. Firm stand and power. You also require the power to accomplish the beings of the welfare of the sentient beings. And wisdom too. That wisdom is the primordial wisdom, referring to the wisdom realizing the conventional truth. Okay, so the first wisdom referring wisdom of the ultimate truth. The second wisdom referring to wisdom of the conventional truth. So this is actually what we find mentioned. What we find Lama Tsongkhapa's. We find in Lama Tsongkhapa's text. This is the mention. Okay. These 4 dharmas, the four remaining, the last 4 of the 10 perfections, these 4 dharmas make the dhatu flourish. Okay. 69. To bodhicitta I pay no homage, saying such is evil speech. So now this dhatu blooms or flourish or become manifest with the wisdom of emptiness. But this wisdom of emptiness must be complemented by bodhicitta. If the bodhicitta is missing, then this wisdom of emptiness can at the most remove your afflictive obscurations. It cannot remove the cognitive obscurations. So therefore, bodhicitta is so precious. If anybody denigrates bodhicitta, you accumulate so much of negative karma. It says, to bodhicitta I pay no homage, saying such is evil speech. Where there are no bodhisattvas, there will be no dharmakaya. And how we are benefited. For example, all the beings who are studying this in Praise of Dharmadhatu, all this, how many billions of beings have benefited all along since 2,500 years ago. This is all because of one Prince Siddhartha who became Buddha. What made him to become Buddha? Because of the bodhicitta, commitment that he made. So that bodhicitta gave him the dharmakaya. And that makes everybody to enjoy the benefit from this. So if you denigrate this bodhicitta, you are in a way you're denigrating the dharmakaya. 17. Some dislike. So now the examples, metaphors given. Some dislike the seeds of sugar cane, right? Sugar cane seed. They dislike it. And metaphor is they say they dislike bodhicitta, but still wish to relish the sugar. Sugar is the dharmakaya, sambhogakaya, nirmanakaya, which all came from the bodhicitta. Without seeds of sugar cane, there will be no sugar. 71. When these seeds of sugar cane are well guarded, if wise people, if you like the sugar, you have to take out the sugar, seeds of the sugar cane. So the wise people, when these seeds of sugar cane, referring to bodhicitta. When these seeds of sugar cane, like the bodhicitta, when they are well guarded, fostered and cultivated, then you can enjoy the molasses, sugar, sweets too, will then come forth from them. 72. With bodhicitta, it is just the same. When it is well guarded, if you cultivate bodhicitta, well guarded, protect it, and foster it, cultivate it further, arhats, condition realizes the Pratik Buddhas. And the Buddhas too, they all arise from the bodhicitta. Okay, from bodhicitta, how the arhats arise? Huh? From the bodhicitta, Buddha arise, yes? And the Buddha teaches the arahats, and arahats arise. Right? Okay. Arahats, conditioned realizers, arahats and conditioned realizers, they're all the results of the Buddha's teachings. And this Buddha came from the bodhicitta. Two will then arise and spring from it. Just as the farmers protect, so this all metaphors easy. Just as farmers protect seeds of rice and others, thus the protectors protects here the Buddhas. Buddhas also, when they see somebody generate bodhicitta, which means you become bodhisattva, a new bodhisattva, the Buddhas particularly take care of you because this is so precious, so precious. You getting it? So precious. But the Buddhas, the protectors, the Buddhas, they protect all those who are aspiring to supreme jnana, meaning that also who wants to join the Mahayana path, which means bodhisattvas. 74. Just as on the 14th day of the waning, the sliver of moon is seen. Okay, what's the waning? Waning of the moon waning. The moon becomes smaller, 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 and then the small part is left. Sliver, a very small piece of the whole moon that is left. Even that is very precious, so precious. Likewise, say the bodhisattva, initially just aspiring to become Buddha, very basic, just like the crescent, but a sliver of the moon. And that the bodhicitta of that bodhisattva is so precious. Those aspiring to the supreme jnana will see Buddhakaya in brief. So these people, from you see this very tiny sliver of the moon there. So this will tell you there's a moon there. There's a full moon there. Because you will see there's a very small thing from there you can infer. Likewise, when somebody changes, may I become Buddha for the benefit of sentient beings. Although the person's capacity learning is so less meager, but when the person generates the bodhicitta, then you say this person will become Buddha. Then the Buddhas really make sure that he or she is taken care of. 75. Just as when the waxing moon is seen more in every moment, then the sliver of this moon waxing, it becomes bigger, bigger, bigger. Your bodhicitta becomes stronger, stronger, stronger with more and more qualities. Gate happens. It's more in every moment. Those who have entered the bhumis see its increase step by step. Those who enter the bhumi is path of seeing. You reach the path of seeing. From there, then the bhumi starts. Then the real qualities arise. Okay. On the 15th day of the waxing moon is the full moon. Eventually, the moon is full. Just so when the bhumis end, after the 10 bhumi, then what happens? Then you attain Buddha, full Buddhahood. Just so when the bhumis end is reached, the Dharmakaya, the Dharmakaya, the Buddha's body, is consummated, is complete and blazing. Okay, now the description of the 10 bhumis. We'll stop here. 10 bhumis. Very quickly, now easy. We'll finish easily. Okay, we'll stop here. Okay, 1 or 2 questions? Or you're tired? Okay, so it seems there are no hands coming up. I will not look at you. Okay, here one. Yes. Okay, this is a very complicated question. So therefore, I pretended not to see you. Okay, the question is very complicated. Illusion and illusion-like, what is the difference? Illusion-like, of course, there's the efficacy, infallibility, cause and effect is there. Illusion, does it exist or not? This is the question. Anyone? Illusion. Does it exist or not? Illusion. Illusion exists. So these both exist. So what's the difference? This is a serious question. Dr. Doreen? Illusion doesn't exist. Okay, how many of you say illusion doesn't exist? Raise hands. You can have the perception of illusion, but the illusion per se is non-existent. What is saying? Dream exists or not exists? Huh? Dream exists or not? Dream ghost exists or not? Dream ghost exists or not? Huh? Dream ghost that does not exist, raise hands. Dream ghost does not exist, raise hands. Okay, dream ghost exists, raise hands. Okay, dream ghost does not exist as a ghost, raise hands. But dream ghost exists as a dream ghost, raise hands. It does exist, it does not exist as a ghost, right? Okay, so the illusion exists, but the contents of the illusion do not exist. Illusion exists. In the illusion, you see that the flower becoming chocolate, right? Flower becoming chocolate is non-existent. There's a content of the illusion. Illusion is there. Illusion exists. The contents of illusion does not exist. Okay, this is Sansana. You have a question. Wow. Okay, she wants to see the Dharmadhatu very quickly. The 5 points emptiness. Okay, shall we do it for 6 minutes? The next 6 minutes? You want to do it? You're not too serious. You're saying yes, yes. This is not serious. No, you're very serious. I know. The others are already very tired. Tomorrow, that's better tomorrow, right? Oh, that's also very wise advice. Tomorrow comes first, or our death comes first. We never know, right? If death comes first, tomorrow never comes, right? So better we do it now. Okay, let's do it now, very quickly. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, it's very simple. Okay, others, don't be scared. Don't be, it's very easy. It's not difficult, right? It's very easy, don't worry. Okay, the Tin Samsara tell me how many points? 5 points. Very easy. Okay, first, note it down. First, self. Self. Number 2, 6 elements. Quick. 6 elements. Okay, number 1, self. Number 2, 6 elements. Number 3, 2 questions. Number 4, what are the 2 questions? Don't worry, I'll tell you. The first, self. Number 2, 6 elements. Number 3, 2 questions. Number 4, the meditative equipoise of the space like emptiness. Meditative equipoise of space like emptiness. Equipoise, E-Q-U, how do you spell it? E-Q-U-I-P-O-I-S-E. E-Q-U-I-P-O-I-S-E. Equipoise. Meditative equipoise. Don't worry what it is. Okay, what did I say? Number 4, meditative equipoise of space like emptiness. And number 5, post-meditative state of illusion like emptiness. Post-meditative state of illusion like emptiness. Number 1, what is number 1? Quick. Self. Number 2. Okay, Pinzogle, tell me. What is number 2? 6 elements. Okay, number 3. 2 questions. Number 4. Meditative equipoise of space like emptiness. Number 5. Post-meditative equipoise, post-meditative state of illusion like emptiness. Good. Okay. Now that's the okay. First, again, let me complete it. Self is okay. Number 2, 6 elements okay. So what do you want to learn from these 5 points? Quick, tell me. Number 1, you know. What is self? You know. Then number 2, 6 elements, you know. Hey, you don't know. Hey, Gul Bahar, you don't know. 6 elements. Same. There's nothing new. So therefore I said it's easy. Yeah. So what do you want to learn? Now tell me, quick. 2 questions. What are 2 questions? Good. Okay. 2 questions is, for this we have to meditate. Otherwise 2 questions would make no sense. Right? Ready? Quick. Okay, so I'll just lead you in the meditation, and then you just follow these instructions, and then it becomes very easy for us to meditate. And meanwhile, don't think that this is some big instruction. Don't think like this. This will be very handy, useful. Later on, it must be enriched with more studies and more reflection, more meditation. You're getting it? Then this practice will become very rich. Okay, the first, let's say the self. Think of yourself. This is self, meaning it's not necessarily always self. You can do it with anything else. A flower, the people who you love, people who you don't like, or the cheesecake, anything you can think of. You can meditate on this the emptiness with respect to any object. Okay, so just the sample. I. Okay, think of the self and see how does this self appear to you as objectively real, so solidly there, not like a mental projection, not a dream. Okay, this is the first, the self. This in the self, and then you subject yourself to ultimate analysis. You go too close to it. You see the 6 elements: earth, water, fire, air, space, and consciousness. Number 3, 2 questions. What are you seeing? First question, what are you seeing? I'm seeing the 6 elements. Okay, second question. Where is the self which you earlier saw so objectively? Where is it? It is not there. I'm discovering that it's not there. So what is it? What are the 2 questions? The first one, what are you seeing? The first question, I'm seeing 6 elements in the ultimate analysis. Second question, where is this objective self? Answer is, I'm discovering that it is not there. Okay. Now stay in this experience. Stay in this experience where the self dissolves in the experience of the ultimate analysis. So where this is known as step number 4. You are in a meditative state, meditative equipoise of the space like emptiness. Emptiness in the form of negation. Space meaning negation. And then negation. Stay in this experience for a while. Okay. Slowly come out of this, switch from the ultimate analysis to conventional analysis. Again, the self comes back. Objectively, it is empty. Subjectively, it appears. It's a mere appearance to the subjective mind. Mere appearance to the conventional mind. Mere appearance means illusion-like. This is the post-meditative state of the illusion-like emptiness. So, maintaining this experience that this self is just appearance. Beyond this, there's nothing there from the object. Maintaining this experience, then you advise to practice engaging the virtues like generosity, ethical discipline, patience, enthusiasm, and so forth. Okay, come out. You got it? Done? Then samsara done? Good, okay. So we stop here. Dedication prayer. Very good. Very good. So in the illusion-like, cause and effect operates so efficaciously. In other words, cause and effect operates so well. Cause and effect, it is non-erroneous. Without error, cause effect operates in the illusion-like. Whereas in illusion, cause effect is defied. In illusion, the cause effect is defied. For example, when I was younger, in my 20s, sometimes I had difficulty not knowing whether I'm dreaming or not, whether what is happening now is dream or so real. I had this problem. So how do I check it? Right? I check if the cause and effect is efficacious. Right? Sometimes what happened one day? What happened was that I was holding a tape recorder, olden time tape recorders. Now we don't need table goddess. We didn't have table goddess was there, and suddenly it became like a flower. Oh, now I'm dreaming. Yeah, this is how, because this is not possible in real life. You're getting it in the illusion like it's not possible. So I conclude that this I'm now dreaming. You're getting it? Okay, there are some very interesting things. I don't want to share more. Right? Okay, this girl has a question. Okay, so but she's saying that, see, generally speaking, we see that the two things happening at the time of death. How the death happens. For some people, it's a very easy death. Easy death. Say you go to bed, and the next day, gone. And some, they're very interesting anecdotes, very interesting stories, very inspiring. And we never know, why this is happening. One time, one said that, okay, the, okay, finish it up. Okay, next, others on the other side, very difficult death. It's so difficult for the individual, and then the people who are taking care of you, they have so much things to do for you. They suffer a lot. You suffer a lot. So what's the question? How to solve the second question problem? Okay. So this is the best is Dr. Tam and Dr. Doreen. This is the best. Right? It's not me. Right? And for architectural design, don't ask me. Right? Whereas, say, okay, the person's dying. So how can we help the person to have a peaceful mind, right? And the say peaceful mind, and how can we help the person to prepare for the next life smoothly? That's a different story. You're getting it? Even that person can still go through difficult times for yourself and for the family members. It can still be there, but the person's journey can be extremely meaningful in the next life. Person's thinking can be so virtuous. That pain is there. You may be bedridden for like 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, which means your family must suffer a lot. All along, your mind can be extremely virtuous, right? If you want to know how to make that happen, that's a different story, right? Your question is how the person not to suffer and how the family members should not suffer, which means let the person die quick. Is what I'm saying? Then what? Tell me. Yes, she got answer already. It can happen with them in the home. So how to stop it? To, which means leave early. This is what I'm saying? This your indication? No. Then okay, the pain, physical pain is a different story. Physical pain, even the arahats they go through physical pains. You're getting it? Even the arahats, they go through physical pains. So, but the mental agitation that can be controlled, right? That can be controlled by counseling. That can be minimized by counseling. That is doable. Physical pain, Dorotam, morphine. Yeah, it's the morphine, right? Physical pain. Uh, So this is the okay. So the reason you ask Gulmohar after during the break tea with the time. Well, otherwise, otherwise we cannot. Otherwise, this meeting, I don't know. This meeting should decide for the countries, right? Whether it's possible, not possible, euthanasia allowed, not allowed, right? So this, I don't think this body which should decide for the other countries, right? Okay. So, what is your opinion? That's a different story. What is your opinion? You're getting it? That's a different story, and the what is better and so forth. That is your personal view. Otherwise, yeah. So these are the some countries they say euthanasia is permissible. Some say it's not permissible, right? And who are these people who made it permissible? Who did not make it permissible? Who are these people who made these decisions? So these people, are they really knowledgeable? Do they really know everything? Do they only see one thing? These are all the big questions. Okay, good. Page 52. Dedication prayer. I dedicate the marriage thus gathered towards the realization that is in the prayers of the Buddhas and the Bodhisattvas of 3 times, and to the holding of the doctrine, scripture, and insight. Man, all lives through the force of this merit, never separate from the four wheels of the Mahayana vehicle, and accomplish all the stages of the path, renunciation, bodhicitta, perfect in the 2 stages. From my 2 collections, past the space that I've amassed, from working with effort at this practice for a great length of time, may I become the chief leading Buddha for all those whose minds wisdom eyes blind by ignorance. Teyata Om Gate Gate Paragate Parasam Gate Bodhisvaha Gate Gate Paragate Parasamgate Bhati Swatyata Om Gate Gate Paragate Parasamgate Bhati Swaha. 3 prostrations.